Okay, we're gonna do a little follow-up video from yesterday's ACE rant. Okay, because listen, I'm not too proud to admit when I am incorrect. Don't tell my husband that though. TJ's not allowed to know that, because if he finds that out, then our next argument is not going to go well. Anyway, so here's what happened today. I called Atlantic City Electric to get crazy with them and tell them that they were completely wrong and they owed me thousands of dollars in credits. Before I called, I wanted to be level-headed, so I broke out my devotional and I read today's devotion, and I was like, I want to be in a good mood when I call. I don't even want to be like mean to this person on the other line, because number one, it's not their fault if it's incorrect, and I don't want to go in. Listen, there's a reason why they say you get more, what's that saying, you get more bees with honey, right? And it's true. Like, you know, if you want to be treated nicely, you got to treat other people nicely. So I was like, let me just try to do this as nice as possible, and hopefully this goes well and everything's just fixed, because yesterday I was just full of emotion, and the truth is that I am a very reactive person, and I'm very impulsive to my feelings when I get upset about something. And that came out in a video. It did. It sure did. But unfortunately, what happened was there was some information that I shared that was incorrect. So I'm here to fix that. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys about what I found out from my conversation today. All right, and hopefully this will help anyone that is having the same type of issue if you have solar or anything on your house. Okay, so what's some things that I said yesterday in the video? So for one, I said I said that I was going to wait forever to get on the phone and talk to somebody. I waited a little bit. I waited 8 minutes. I tracked it from the point that I got on to talk to a live person. So not horrible, but they said when I called in that the line was heavy and it was going to be about 8 minutes. It was exactly 8 minutes before someone got on the line. So that was pretty on point for a Monday morning, I guess. The woman that answered, I talked to her respectfully, and I was, you know, very nice, and explained to her the situation, how I just bought the house in May and I have solar on it, and I was just very confused as to why I had 2 bills 2 months in a row that were over $1,000, and I was very frustrated because I felt like the meter was being read incorrectly, and I didn't understand why I was getting this bill. She was very, very nice. So that is number one, incorrect. I'm going to slash what I said in my first video, that you were going to be, someone was going to be mean to me on the phone. So I will stand corrected on that not every customer service rep at Atlantic City Electric is rude. I've had it happen in the past, of course. This is not always the norm, but she was very polite because I was polite. So let that be, I guess. And that's not always the case either. Just because you go in polite does not mean they're going to be polite, but is definitely a good way to start. So I will say that. So I had a pleasant experience on the phone, so I was happy about that. She had to put me on hold to research the account and everything and look up everything. And then she came back. So I want to say it was like another maybe 10 minutes. I was on hold while she researched the account. And she came back and she said, well, number one, that there isn't a physical person that is reading my meter, that my meter is not being read by an actual person. So that is number two, incorrect information that I shared on the video yesterday. I was told information that there was a person. So I was shared wrong information. I'm not pointing fingers, I'm just saying that I had the wrong information, which led to me giving you the wrong information, and really got me all riled up because I thought there was someone coming out here reading meters wrong. That doesn't negate the problem of the meter having the wrong number on it, but just to fix that statement, there is not a physical person that is coming to my home and reading the meter. So I'm going to retract that statement that I said. The very mean statement I said about hiring people and what are you paying them, blah, blah, blah. So there is not a person. They are reading the meter at, I guess, their location from there. Now, as far as the numbers being different, she sent my request to their department. I guess another department that's going to contact me to go through the meter and try and figure out why the numbers are different. But I did get a follow-up email this afternoon that explained to me and broke down the fact that, and she had even mentioned, she said, you have to have your solar looked at. It does not look like the generation is coming through correctly. It does not look like it's generating what it should be generating. And I said, oh, really? Okay, because I saw the line on here that said that I had excess generation, a number. I didn't realize that the number was not enough. Okay, I just saw that it looked like it was doing something. And it's not enough. And now that I'm looking at it closely, now that I've calmed myself off of my crazy emotions and have taken the time to really look at it, I can visibly see that it isn't enough. My solar panels are not generating even remotely close to what they should be. So this now made me go look at the panels, not the panels, but the box that are connected to the panels. And there is an error code on my solar box. Okay, so now that tells me this is a solar issue. This is not the Atlantic City Electric Company. This is actually the solar panels are not working correctly. Okay, here we go. So she definitely pointed me in the right direction. And of course, the first thing I'm doing is kicking myself in the butt because I'm like, oh, I made this crazy video, like just tearing you guys apart. Does that mean I'm AC's best friend? No, because they have done me wrong in the past. And you know what they did when we moved into this house? They shut me off early before I was supposed to move in this house at my old house. I sat there for a good whole day with no electric when I was supposed to be working. I think you guys remember that because I posted about that too. I was so upset. So it's not like they're innocent, okay? But in this situation, I will retract things that I have said. This was not on them. This was on the solar company, okay? And I'm working to rectify that now. So I reached out to Sun Power Management, who oversees my solar panels, and I have a warranty through that was transferred to me from the old owner. On the phone with them, they are a nightmare. Over an hour and 15, no, I'm sorry, I screenshotted it. An hour and 10 minutes it took me just to get a ticket put in to have the panels looked at. Hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, that was brutal. And so now I have an email that came through that says, we've, evaluated your system. This is from Sun Power Management. Evaluated your system. Yes, it looks like something's not working right. We're going to send somebody out to actually look at it. Now what happens, the big question is what happens to the past 2 months that my panels have not been generating electricity? Because now I have $2,200 worth of electric bill here. And I have no power that was generated from my panels. So how does that get fixed? So luckily my contract reads where I'm guaranteed an amount of generation per year. And they have to reconcile that at the end of the year. So when they get to the end of the year, they're going to see that I haven't met the minimum generation for the year, and they're going to have to pay me and credit me the difference for the year. So I will see the difference back. It just isn't going to be right now. It's going to be probably when they go to reconcile at the end of the year. Is that ideal? No, because I still have to pay this $2,200 worth of electric. Atlantic City Electric is still going to want their money. that still has to get paid regardless. They don't care whether my panels work or not. They don't care whether I have the finance part figured out with Sun Power Management. It's unfortunate and it stinks. I wish I would have thought to do this last month when I got the $1,200 bill. I really didn't think to like really look into it, only because it was our first time with a pool and the jacuzzi and all of this extra stuff. Like, this house is so much bigger than our old house and we have so much other stuff, and I thought maybe that's normal. Maybe there's not enough panels on the house, you know, like that are, so it's not enough electricity being generated. You know, maybe we need more panels. I don't know. I just really didn't think that it was a big deal. I mean, I did thought it was a big deal, of course, but I did not think that it was going to be that abnormal. So I wish I would have done this last month, because I probably could have had it fixed by now. But no, now I have 2 months of bills. And then by the time they get out here and evaluate it, fix it, I'm probably another 1 or 2 weeks into this billing period, where I'm going to have half of another set of bills at regular price. But here's the kicker. If I didn't have solar, this is a normal electric bill. Let's sit on that for a second. This is Atlantic City Electric's costs if I didn't have solar. My bill would be $1,200. My bill would be $1,000. That's how much we would pay to be in this home if we didn't have solar, because the solar's not working right now. Like, is that not insane as it's in its own right? Like, I know this wasn't their fault, this specific situation, but just the cost in general to run this home for electric, absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, there's that. But anyway, so I wanted to fix the you know, what I said in the other video, and make sure everybody knew what the true problem was. Because if you have solar on your house, what I'm told is that the meter will not read correctly, okay, to your bill. It's actually a net between what your excess generation is and what your kilowatts are, what you generate, what you use, and what your kilowatts are from your panels. Okay, so it's not going to read exactly. So that 20,000 I was seeing, it was like the 45,000 minus the 20,000. I'll try and show you. Do I have that bill? Oh no, I don't have it on me. Dang it. But there was a line that I had on that bill. If you go back to the last video, I show you, it says 45,000. Underneath it, there is a 20-some thousand of, it says excess generation. That was the solar line. If you net those out, that comes to the 20,000, I believe, that is on the meter. And I believe that's where that number comes from. Now that I sat and talked to them and figured all that out, I believe that's what that number is. I wish I was explained to you, like when they install the meter and like when the solar company sets everything up. I don't think there's enough education in solar, like to the homeowner. Like, and that's why people get so frustrated with solar. Solar is a good thing. I am a huge advocate of solar. Like, I believe that it truly saves you money. I would not have a $1,200 electric bill. I would not have a $1,000 electric bill. My solar panel payment is $166 a month. That's how much I pay. And the old owner here said, the bill is normally $7. Like, you should not have an electric bill. That's what we've been paying. And that is fair. Like, that is what we should be paying when it's working. And solar is good when you have the right panels on your house laid out correctly. When you have someone that has done the right system, laid it out on your roof correctly, with the sun, aerodynamics, done the whole thing correctly. But if you had someone that just didn't set you up correctly, you are not getting the most out of the panels, or you don't have enough panels on your house, you're still gonna have a bill. And that just is what it is. I worked in solar for, about 5 or 6 years, I wanna say, as an accountant. So I already came from the solar industry. This is my 3rd house with solar. So I wouldn't be continuing to buy homes and use solar if I didn't believe in it. This is just an unfortunate thing where something wrong with the panels, they have to get fixed, and I will get them fixed and they'll be up and running, and then I'll go back to a $7 electric bill and it'll be lovely. But until then, $2,200, and it's not fun. So anyway, if anyone's looking for a solar guy, I have a wonderful solar guy. I wish that he did the solar on this house. Unfortunately, I had to take over the solar panels that were on this house when I bought it, but he did my solar on my other 2 houses, and he's wonderful. So, but he can lay out a solar system like no other. So if you're looking for anyone, let me know. All right, guys. Well, I just want to explain all that to you. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, let me know. But yep, that's it. All right, have a great night. Talk to you guys later. Bye.